Hello, my name is Haji. Welcome to True Conversion Hero. Today we are talking about 5 ways to turn junk leads. I'm talking about junk leads, right? Turning junk leads to profit. Literally snatching victory from the jaws of defeat. Almost literally. I believe it's episode number 5, but who's counting? We're gonna keep going until eternity. I'm happy you're here to join me, so stick around. We actually do have a lot of goodies because we're gonna break down the 5 different ways that you can turn any leads, including the junk leads, into profit, into money, to really help buttress your bottom line. So one of the things I would say, I will preface this little conversation with a story of one of my new clients. He's Jesse. When I first met Jesse's, it's obviously there was a lot of skepticism. He was obviously very skeptical and jaded. And just because he's had experience with some unscrupulous marketers in the past. And really what happens is that it's really unfortunate, because when the good guys, the people who really care about your bottom line, actually show up, it becomes an uphill battle. It's almost like these local businesses, HVAC, plumbing, and all they get to a place where they get so jaded that they throw away the baby in the bathwater. So I'm talking to my new client, and we talking, and I'm saying, have you ever had a bad experience? Yeah. I say, well, let me just switch it around. Have you ever had a significant order? Because everybody has been on dates, right? You go on dates, oftentimes you would go, sell, you find, your mate. You don't often make a mate on the first date. Sometimes you gotta try a few times before you get lucky. As the saying goes, you gotta kiss a whole bunch of frogs to get to the is it the king or prince? It really doesn't matter. The reality, you get the point. But I'm saying that to say that when the true people who really think about, intentional about, conversion, about, performance-based marketing, and people who are, serious about making sure that local businesses like you get an ROI for your investment. Oftentimes when they come, they get a hard time just because it's unfortunate in those experiences. All right, so let's go back and talk about the 5 different ways that you can turn any lead to profit. The first thing is that you should always follow up. All right. Oftentimes we don't follow up enough. The numbers are all over the place, but the expectation is that you're going to follow with each lead anywhere from 5 to 12 times, and sometimes even more, depending on the sales cycle and the kind of niche or the kind of business. So follow-up is really, really important, and smart automation, and frequency, so you can really get in the place where you're nurturing the lead until you close the deal. So always follow up is number 1. The second thing is there should always be a call to action. Like oftentimes I go on these websites, it could be a website or a funnel. Wherever you're driving the traffic, there should always be a clear call to action, inviting your leads or your prospects to take the next step. And oftentimes you go to these websites, there's no call to. One of the most important call to actions is the phone number. And the best place to put the phone number on the website, I really don't want to get too much into website optimization. That's for another episode. But for starters, you want to make sure that your phone number is in really bold numbers on the top hand side of the website, because when we read the websites, go from left to right in the eyes visibility rests on the right side of the website where the number invariably is posted. So it makes it memorable and it makes it really, really easy to find. So there should always be a call to action on the website telling the prospects what to do next. And one of your best call to actions is your website should have an optimized experience. Have you ever been to one of these websites where it's really, really hard to navigate? You're looking around, you're like, where is everything? Has anybody ever been on this website since 1988? But you get the point. You get the point. In terms of website experience, it's a whole nother topic where we talk about, website optimization for conversion. And like I said before, at some point, we're going to get to that. Now, what about when you have the website? One of the most important things for conversion, no matter what the leads come from, because one of the things about these leads, especially when you're buying junk leads from, as a matter of fact, I forgot. One of the things that Jesse was telling me about, his experience with 411 Local, Home Advisor, Angie's List, and also Yelp. So one of the things that happen, here's a secret, all right? Local business, HVAC, plumbing business will buy these leads, and then the leads will be sold to, as many as anywhere from 5 to 20 different local businesses. And at that point, it becomes about who gets to the lead the quickest, who gets the lead first. So whoever gets there, whoever's the quickest actually gets the lead, and then everybody else is holding the bag. So our estimate, based on what we see in the industry, is that when the lead gets to your website, for starters, 90% of the people who come to your website are going to bounce. So you have 10%. And the goal is to get at least a good portion of that 10% to convert into leads, to convert into customers. And one of the ways you do it is number 4. Number 4 is to have a website widget on your website that's piping into a two-way SMS communication to create that quick response. Like I said, in 5 minutes, the bounce rate is 90%. And you have 5 minutes to convert their customer, or else they're going to go somewhere else and they're gone forever. Number 5, a CRM. A CRM is a database that houses your contacts. And one of the reasons why you have your contacts is because they're all organized in one place where you can reach out and nurture and create automation and follow up, and also attributions at any time that you want. So once you have that CRM, it gives you the ability to really go back and follow with your customers. So those are the things that you need to have. If you have these 5 things in place, even when you get some junk leads, you still have a chance to convert them. So we're talking about always follow up. You gotta use call to action. The phone number is really, really good for that. Optimized website using some optimization elements. We'll talk about that in detail the next time. Website widget to accelerate the experience, where when a customer gets to your website, the lead gets to your website, they have a whole bunch. As a matter of fact, not just one call to action, they have a whole bunch of different call to action, because you got to invite them to take the next step. And last but not the least, number 5, you need to have a CRM. What if I tell you that True Conversion Hero has the ability to take all of this off your hands and do the nurturing and follow up and build your CRM in the back end, and you just focus on installing, train air conditions, or you just focus on fixing bus furnace and stuff, or any other local business that you really want it, because invariably it's what you want to do. That's what you're trained to do. You're not trained to be doing nurturing and optimizing web pages and all that. So let us do that. So if you need some help, definitely reach out. We are always here and happy, and we really, really want to help. As always, Impression is vanity, right? And conversion is sanity. Impression sucks, conversion rocks. So we are true conversion, and we are always about conversion. This is where we are obsessed about making sure that you get every dime of your marketing budget. My name is Haji B. That's my time. And let's go get it. See you on the next round. Peace. That's my time. All right. Bye.